Simon's Musical Supplies Limited. We are the specialist in new and used musical instruments, carrying top brands like Yamaha, Pearl River pianos, Meinl and Sabian cymbals, Remo and Evans drumheads and Fender guitars, just to name a few. Also a wide assortment of music books, pan and accessories. At Simon's, we service what we sell. Trust the leader. Call us now at 625-6412 or visit us at 20 Board Street, Port of Spain.
Let the home store turn your house into a home you love. We offer household items, lawn and garden, paint center, hardware, plumbing, lighting and electrical, toys and storage solutions. And just for you this Christmas, come check us out for great gift ideas and all your Christmas decorations. 6 convenient locations: 6th Avenue Barataria, The Falls at West Mall, Pennywise Plaza Chaguanas, C3 Center Branch, Christmas Store at C3 San Fernando and Eastgate Mall, Trin City. Check out our Facebook page for more information and come visit us today. The Home Store. Turn your house into a home you love.
It comes naturally to us. Unstoppable energy. We use it to manifest a future. A future where energy takes new forms and is used in new ways for all of us. The new age of energy is here.
Bill and Ruth fell in love with the Benjamin Moore color Dry Sage, but they tried to match it using another brand's paint.
I mean, it's close enough.
Almost identical, really. Yeah, there it is.
Never trust another paint to be a Benjamin Moore color.
What's the best way to grab the attention of viewers?
Please exercise more patience. You have to be kidding me.
Doing what we do best.
I'll say at the very least it's a conspiracy of laziness against the people.
Join me, Keaton Shaw.
And me, Sean Michael Small, for Talking Point.
Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We go in-depth on the trending issues and engage the most controversial newsmakers
as we get them to account to the people for their actions.
You can't go to the government with nothing. You can't go to cabinet with an empty hand, with a wish.
I'm glad that we're having this a sober, mature discussion.
In the present situation, I expect a continuation of the chaos.
Join us for the discussion, Mondays to Fridays,
only on WASN,
the content capital.
The issue, the continued rise in the price of flour and its impact on the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago. How should we go about it? I want to ask you what has been revealed to you about the state of vulnerability in the country because of this exercise and because of what we're going through. Is the government losing the war on the vaccine front?
The discussion should revolve around the common good for the greatest number of people in Trinidad and Tobago.
How do we inculcate a sense of respect and regard for people who may not be of your own political ilk or persuasion?
The communities are now being used by political opportunists. So
when the tables are turned, it's the same way. Okay, this has been 10 questions. I'm Andy Johnson, and we'll see you next time.
Is it politics? What is it? Is it that nobody cares about sports?
The kind of support that sport used to get in the past is no longer here.
The thing is, taking a knee doesn't mean that that's the only thing you're doing now, Andy.
Right.
Taking a knee along with other stuff.
Samantha, what are you looking forward to when you return home to Trinidad and Tobago after winning the title?
Thank you very much for speaking it into existence.
Is there no pressure on Nicholas Ball?
It makes me more motivated to work hard and to go out there and rep the red, white and black.
Why are we sending a team to the Winter Olympics?
There are a number of Trinbagonians who are in the diaspora and have grown up in winter sport. It's an opportunity that the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee will not close the door on.
I also believe in the players that we have. Once you can motivate the players, you can get the best out of them.
Join me, Sule A. Joseph, as I delve into the day-to-day psychological issues plaguing our society. We will discuss behaviors that encompass the biological influences, social pressures, and environmental factors that affect how you think, act, and feel. Psyched. Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. Only on WESN, Content Capital.
The newest book is here, Closer to the Church, the debut novel by author and former Mayor Louis Lee Singh. Available at all the Home Store branches, Barataria, West Mall, Shogunas and C3 San Fernando. Paper-based bookshop 10 Nook Avenue, St. Anne's. WESN 30A Gattaca Street, Woodbrook. Metropolitan Bookshop, Ariapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and all RIK bookstores nationwide. Available online as paperback on Amazon.com and Kindle for e-readers. For more info, call 628-5835 or 389-6504. Also available from author Louis Lee Singh, I Used to Live in Heaven, Letters to My Granddaughters, and Local Government in Trinidad, Conspiracy Against the People.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, The Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com. Have a content capital Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Now I know we have no snow, but Christmas is still here. Ho ho, the Christmas shows each week for all to see. Movie classics wait for you and our local content for free. Have a content capital Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a content capital Christmas this year.
Every day, we communicate through stories. Stories of ourselves, our challenges, our goals, our experiences, and our aspirations. Storytelling is an art that we have mastered. WESN Film Studios comprises a collaborative team of experts with extensive industry experience locally, regionally, and internationally. The ability of your business to successfully communicate with your preferred audience depends on the strength of the stories you tell. Your vision should be communicated in a high-quality, professional, and creative way. From concept to post-production, advertising to film, multi-camera productions, live events, streaming, and virtual conferencing, we are WESN Film Studio. Let your own unique voice be heard and your vision realized. Call us today at 628-5835 for your next production.
FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making the time to be with us this morning. Thank you very much to Attorney Fareed Ali for the first part of that conversation. He has agreed to join us again, hopefully tomorrow morning, to continue such as there are a number of factors of which, of course, we have to dissect in regards to the abolishing of preliminary inquiries, and he's pointed out quite a few. But as we continue with the conversation this morning, another issue in regards to Trinidad and Tobago, and that is with the increase in road traffic deaths for the year of 2023. It's not over as yet, actually, but according to the TTBS, there have been 93 road traffic deaths for 2023 compared to 86 of the previous year. Now, I'm reading from an article that was published 2 days ago. So, unless something tragic has happened over the course of the weekend, that number should remain the same. But what is happening? What's going on? Continued efforts in regards to road safety and management here in TNT. Why has there been an increase in deaths? Well, I'm joined this morning by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. He's the coordinator, actually, for the Road Safety Project, Sergeant Brent Matson. Good morning, Sergeant. Welcome to the program.
Pleasant morning to you and your listeners and Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much for joining me, sir. Sergeant, what is exactly taking place? I mean, people will say, well, the obvious answer for an increase in deaths is an increase in accidents. But have there been, in assessments, an understanding or an explanation as to why there has been an increase? Is it because of poor lighting, poor signage, or just reckless driving?
All right, so just to be clear, first of all, we always want to start off by saying, when everybody hears about so many persons losing their lives, 93 people, that's a lot of people still to, have killed on the roadways, which is just supposed to be, a tool to transit point A to B, but to be done so in a safe manner. The police job, as everybody should be aware, is public safety. So our job is injury and harm reduction across the nation. But as you know, Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch has a specific mandate for road policing. We've been seeing increase in regards to some unnecessary risk-taking on the roads, and that's you mentioned it with reckless. Sometimes it's just we call it mindless. People overtaking wrong corners, people overtaking lines of traffic when there's oncoming traffic coming towards them, knowing that there's no shoulder or anything for any cars to pull across from. Pedestrians running across highways, taking unnecessary risks in close proximity to crossway infrastructure, overpasses even. We've also seen persons who the Highway Patrol continue. In fact, we will probably stop short just under 1,000 arrests from the Highway Patrol for DUI, which is one of our highest numbers in years. And we continue to arrest and charge persons with very, very high breathalyzer numbers. Those who are not too sure, the legal limit for breath alcohol content is 35 micrograms of alcohol per 100 milliliters of breath, and we are registering sometimes in excess of 100. And these are exceedingly high numbers. So you find that the DUI risk has permeated itself back into the road network, even though we're trying to combat it for years. Some people are saying, well, it's post-COVID behavior now kind of springing back, and that could be true as well. But what we have seen is, like I said, it's more the recklessness that really is driving some of these RTAs. For example, I don't know if a person saw that video on social media. I think it occurred on, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday. I didn't see the daytime stamp, where a truck seemed to lose control, hit the next car, spun round, Then the guy was tossed from the car, tossed from the truck, and then the truck ran over him. I mean, literally like a Final Destination video. And there was no seatbelt use. Usually that's what triggers at the time of ejection. So really and truly, we continue to ramp up our law enforcement initiatives, especially when it comes to traffic enforcement. But the public has a large part to support us by just, taking the time, obeying speed limits, wearing seatbelts, not drinking and driving. But more importantly, not driving distracted as well, because mobile phone use continues to be a problem, especially with the younger generation where they're trying to multitask and operate that motor vehicle. So it's definitely a combination of risks.
Now, Sergeant Batson, you've highlighted some intriguing points, and very fair enough. Those are points that we must all understand and accept. However, in the context of the conversation, is the strategic road safety project proving effective? Is proactive police measures actually working?
Is proactive, sorry, your audios are getting very, very low. Is proactive policing measures working?
Actually working? Are they proving to be effective?
Well, the data doesn't lie, sir. For one, if you would just go back the same period, let's say 5 years ago, we'd be exceeding 120 road deaths. So the answer is yes, it continues to work, and it continues to suppress risk. Again, could it improve? Of course, we're hoping for more deployment of technology, whether it's the traffic cameras, the spot speed, all of which were supposed to be deployed, a whole year ago. But as you know, I mean, there's different challenges to government infrastructure projects. So we're really hoping that would have come on stream as well. So in the meantime, we still have to revert to normal policing methods, still using technology such as the speed guns, the breathalyzers, with more manual forms. And if you go back even further than that, a decade ago, road traffic deaths were all 232. So you drop back down to 93, and I think the data tells the truth that it very much works.
So the argument is, okay, the TTPS is doing its job. Is the TTPS facing difficulties elsewhere in regards to its efforts? For example, what about road signage across Trinidad and Tobago, even lighting? I know whilst that doesn't fall under the purview of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, that falls under the Ministry of Works and Transport, I understand that. But has the TTPS also done reviews of such to ensure that there is road safety?
Right. So you have to, as you correctly said, things such as signage, lighting, proper crash barriers, and infrastructure, those fall strictly in the purview of the Ministry of Works and Transport and the Traffic Management Branch. Our job is to identify the risk, bring it to their attention. Unfortunately, we don't have a budget for roadway infrastructure. Our budget is purely for policing. For that matter, when we share the data, again, we highlight to them, for example, was the crash in Point Fortin, where immediately afterwards, we went with the traffic engineer to look and say, hey, we assess this ourselves, and this level of risk here on this highway at this Guapa roundabout, we really need to improve, so let's see what could be done to help drivers. Because remember, what you look at the safe system roadway, it says the roadway needs to be engineered in a way that drivers will feel. And what does that mean? If a driver does feel, for example, it could be a heart attack. It could be a person was on his cell phone and he hit another vehicle and everybody lost control, okay. But the roadway engineering should mitigate the outcome. And that's through prevention of high energy crashes, more absorption, of course, better guardrail systems, collision barriers, to try again mitigate the outcome of the crash itself.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, I'm being fair to the TTPS because I understand that road signage and lighting and whatnot is not under their purview, but I could appreciate the fact that if there are such recommendations that it is submitted. Now in regards to the TTPS itself and the branch, you mentioned something there referred to as a budget. Does the traffic branch, Is it being stretched too thin? Does the traffic branch have the resources to cover the main roadway networks across TNT in its policing?
Right. So we always welcome more resources. That's I'll tell you outright. That being the case, though, what we do when you have limited resources, you deploy them to try and be as effective as possible through evidence-based methods, and that's what we do. The patrol regimen, even if we might be more wanting on vehicles, we therefore strategically deploy the patrols according to high-risk times, evidence-based data, with regard to crash risk trends, as well as, more importantly, we use as much technology as possible to try and suppress the risk. I think resources across many law enforcement and many government agencies will continue to be a challenge. The key is, and the skill in managing resources is what makes the difference.
Mm-hmm. Now, what are the strategic plans going forward for the very busy season of which we're smack bang in the middle of, and that's, of course, the Christmas season, going straight into Carnival?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that question, because it's definitely one of our, for want of a better word, it makes us a bit nervous around this time, because we know persons, the multiple band launches, as you correctly said, literally there's a blur between the Christmas season into the Carnival. So it overlaps into festivities, into pure partying and revelry. As you know, the Christmas season goes straight into band launches and then straight into fest. And if I'm not mistaken, Carnival is somewhere mid-February. So we have, the Commissioner of Police, Christopher, has mandated increased road policing efforts from DUI enforcement, strategic DUI checks. What we usually do is, with the help of the divisions, we'll set up strategic checks to check not just for alcohol impaired driving, but also speed detection. Seatbelt use also a big issue sometimes when you're seeing persons being killed and ejected from vehicles in crashes. You may have seen an increase in the PSAs from our corporate communications unit. We've been, again, continuously liaising with the Road Safety NGO Arrival Life to try and promote the educational side, to try and promote that safety culture of persons taking more personal responsibility to road use. Because it cannot be to arrest our way out of this problem, and it cannot be how much tickets we write. In the end, persons and drivers, motorists, all road users need to be more responsible when they use the road.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly where I would like to conclude this conversation, Sergeant Matson, because I think it's fitting. Again, we all have our thoughts and opinions of the TTPS and the efforts of the TTPS. But more importantly, individuals, they do their driver's license tests, they achieve, well, hopefully if they achieve it, they're on the roadway. There might be those out there who have not necessarily achieved it, but still driving. The responsibility lays on the driver at the end of the day. And hopefully, Sergeant Matson, that message that we can share this morning resonates with them going from this busy period into the beginning of next year and all of 2024. Hopefully, the next time we have a conversation, we're seeing a further reduction in the statistics.
Indeed. Yes, so thanks very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Do have a good day.
You guys be safe. All right, bye-bye.
Take care, bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the thing. I mean, we all have our questions, we all have our opinions in regards to the TTPS. I will say that within the last few weeks, I have seen the Trans-Tobago Police Service being deployed at various points along the highways. It would be good to see that taking place in the night as well. But the TTPS, they have their public relations aspect to do as well. There's no denying that they are heavily under-resourced to deal with what is taking place here in Trans-Tobago all around. I'm not talking about just murders and gun violence. I'm talking about generally. They're stretched. It's difficult. Sometimes when you talk to police officers and they tell you what they have to face within the stations, there are so many areas that they could improve on, such as the interactions with the public and how they deal with members of the public. But beyond that, it's frustrating at times. In this regard, in this particular conversation, I can't understand why some people cannot be responsible, why people cannot be mature. You know, and it's ridiculous that you have people going out and drinking and consuming so much alcohol that they themselves, they can't speak clearly, but they're jumping into a vehicle and speeding off. And that's what's happening here in TNT. That's a large part of it. Now, the other side of it, which is not for the TTPS to answer, this is more so for the Ministry of Works and Transport, is road signage, road lighting, and even the painting of the lines, various points along the highway and the main roads. Because bear in mind, that's what the Ministry of Works and Transport deal with, though. Everything else falls under local government. But I hate it. It's distasteful when someone loses their life because of poor lighting, because of potholes in the road. In the last week, I've seen instances of people who have had to spend thousands of dollars to repair their vehicles because they've gone down in massive potholes. They've gone down in potholes. But when people lose their lives because of poor signage, because of poor infrastructure, because of poor lighting, you come out and make a statement how it's quite unfortunate, but we are reviewing the current infrastructure. Talk about proactive measures. You have to review it. Somebody's already lost a life. That life can't come back. And sure, you have to review to prevent more of such taking place. But I can't understand why is it that simple things we cannot get right the first time. How is it so hard? Why are we making it so hard? Folks, last week on Talking Point, Sean and I shared a message. You have to drive for the other people on the road as well. And that's exactly the message I'll conclude with this morning. We'll be right back after this.
It's Christmas time, and with your family you'll spend every evening watching a movie on WESN. The classics that fill your heart with merriment and cheer as we celebrate together the most wonderful time of the year.
This is my island in December.
This Christmas, WESN celebrates with you as the content capital brings the big screen classics. Gather your family and tune in to WESN from December 1st to 31st at 8 p.m. nightly for We Christmas Movie Classics.
Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
Only on WESN, Content Capital. FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
Let the home store turn your house into a home you love. We offer household items, lawn and garden, paint center, hardware, plumbing, lighting and electrical, toys and storage solutions. And just for you this Christmas, come check us out for great gift ideas and all your Christmas decorations.
6 convenient locations: 6th Avenue Barataria, The Falls at West Mall, Pennywise Plaza Chaguanas, C3 Center Branch, Christmas Store at C3 San Fernando, and Eastgate Mall, Trin City.
Check out our Facebook page for more information and come visit us today. The Home Store. Turn your house into a home you love.
It comes naturally to us. Unstoppable energy. We use it to manifest a future. A future where energy takes new forms and is used in new ways for all of us. The new age of energy is here.
Is it politics? What is it? Is it that nobody cares about sports?
The kind of support that sport used to get in the past is no longer here.
The thing is, taking a knee doesn't mean that that's the only thing you're doing now, Andy.
Right.
Taking a knee along with other stuff.
Samantha, what are you looking forward to when you return home to Trinidad and Tobago after winning the title?
Thank you very much for speaking it into existence.
Is there no pressure on Nicholas Paul?
It makes me more motivated to work hard and to go out there and rep the white and black.
Why are we sending a team to the Winter Olympics?
There are a number of Trinbagonians who are in the diaspora and have grown up in winter sport. It's an opportunity that the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee will not close the door on.
I also believe in the players that we have. Once you can motivate the players, you can get the best out of them.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, The Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
This is our Christmas story. Episode 1. Is war with me and Santa Claus? I don't like him. No, I don't like him. Every year he used to give me socks and drawers, so I fight him. Yeah, I fight him. Oh yeah, the affair with the daughter, Samantha, that winter in December. He remember, so he come back for revenge now. Santa looting out me Christmas. Santa looting out me Christmas. Thief in everything. Not that thing he bring for the Christmas. Looting. Santa looting out me Christmas. Nobody want to work for the thing no more. Everybody wants it easy and sure. Nice for sure. Right for sure. Not a thing he looking to leave behind. Even Santa Claus involved in the crime. I was sleeping tight in my bed at night undercover with me lover. Motion sense.
Alright, welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we're going to go part 2 just now. Don't worry about that. It's a content capital Christmas with Rambunctian, and he's with me in studio. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, Feliz Navidad, and all that.
All that
goes
good
with it.
stuff. All that good stuff.
How you doing, man? How are things?
Hi, good, brother.
Good to
All is
see
well
you.
with you? Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for coming this morning.
Yes,
I
man.
know
You know this early time for us, eh? But yeah, we inside, you know, so we're talking Christmas things.
We're talking Christmas things. I mean,
holiday things.
there's a gentleman that could speak a lot more about Christmas, but come on, it's Rambunctian. Rambunctian, how's your season been so far, man?
So far, so good, brother. I mean, I never complain once the work come and we give thanks for the work. I mean, you know, it's that time of the year where people calling you for all kind of corporate and bar and restaurant, and so I hear there and everywhere.
But, I'm not complaining. I have the music, they appreciate the music, and I'm here to share.
That's excellent, man. In fact, what's new for you in 2023?
Right, so I see we had a little slight lag going on there, so we go wheel and come back with that. But that is part of a series that I created for this season called A Christmas Story. So it's part 1, 2, and 3. The first part that we will run in there is called Bandit Claus, right? So we have Bandit Claus, followed by The Gift, followed by All That. And the concept for this particular project was that I would tie these stories together all on the same rhythm, right? The team behind this was Natasha Andrews and Sean Noel mixed the beat. And so, I always try to be out of the box, right? When you see my productions, it's usually an audio-visual experience, right? I will have a song in mind and a visual to go with it, and this was no different. So we have the trilogy, we have Dark Chocolate, Perambulate, and a combination with Lujo and the Gifted called Bottle and Spoon. So it's 6 songs I do this season. 6 songs?
How you manage to squeeze in 6 songs?
Well, bro, I don't ever fight the creative process, right? So when the ideas come, I execute them, and if next year nothing comes, so be it, right? But this year, for this year, and as anybody who's asked me, I tell them, well, I'm in competition with myself, right? So, I just make them and create them and put it out into the world and the universe like do it have to do.
So I want to get to your creative process in a moment, but a question, and I'm sure everybody asks, is how did you come up with the name Rambunction as your stage name?
Right. So my nickname, people usually call me is Remy, R-E-M-Y. And from the Remy, which is my actual government name, Roland Edward Mark Yearwood, I came with Rambunction. Because people say, sometimes when I hit the stage, I get a little rambunctious. Right, so that was the genesis of the name. And it was also trying to think of, something that would stand out. And as I say, them bodies who are kind of when I turn into that persona, so there you get the rambunction inside your session. Yes.
We definitely do with that. That's a very familiar voice. But apart from that, let's go back to the creative process now, because you have an exceptional talent where it seems so natural. You could infuse a lot of everyday circumstances and realities of TNT, and you even turn it into a humorous aspect.
Right.
How do you do that?
Well, I just feel like sometimes one of the most powerful tools is to be able to laugh at yourself, right? And sometimes also when you have heavy things to talk about, socio-political stuff to talk about, you could get the things across a lot better sometimes if you're able to find the humor in it or lighten the mood. So you would still be able to get the depth of the topic that you're touching, but at the same time, sometimes you'd always want to wag your finger, right? And so that is often a technique that I employ. I mean, obviously, when there are times, there will be songs where I don't need to go that route, but by and large, the world is a funny place, you know what I mean? And so I find a lot of humor in it, and in terms of my work and my music, you'll find that I infuse it with that a lot of the times.
I know the world is a funny place, but is it easy to have that energy to always be laughing?
To always be?
Laughing. Or does the laughter always give you energy?
Well, the laughter, yes. You have to be able to find humor sometimes in the darkest places. Like sometimes in my private time, I find humor in some of the darkest things. I wouldn't get into that, right? But yeah, you have to find a way to keep joy in your spirit, right? And when I'm out and about, sometimes the world could really get you down. And then somebody just, like a little child might give you a hug or something, and you remember the world still have love. And that is, I feel, the function that I play within the universe and the world at large, in that I still try to bring a love energy, and so you would find that comes across, hopefully, in a lot of the music that I do.
Now, you're known for your Christmas and your soca parang. In fact, you're one of the young individuals keeping what I like to refer to as genuine soca parang alive. I will explain myself a bit later on, but you're keeping that alive. But what else about Rambunction? Because I know that you perform for the carnival season as well, but are you expanding more into that sector?
Well, that's the thing about it, I have been doing music in all genres and all the different seasons for as long as I've been creating music, right? All the way back, coming up, I had songs with Chutney Soca, Nation Builders, and soca in the general space, right? Like there's songs that we were chatting off air about, like Roti and Kuchila, which is a chutney, Chana, We Are, and this season is no different. But again, sometimes you find that you're accepted in a particular space, and not necessarily so embracing another until maybe you get a big song, right? And I think that's what happened to me in terms of parang and soca parang. You know, I started off with Mr. Santa Claus. People loved that, and then coming through the ages, you know, I had quite a few noted songs in that space. That's also true in the other spaces, but I guess the same level of penetration has never really particularly happened. But I would say that I've been fine with it, because a lot of the times when you don't see me in front of the camera, I've been working in production and behind as well, because I'm a multimedia artist, right? So this season, I'm doing stuff within soca and calypso, right? I have 2 new releases that I'll be planning. I have one out already called The Energy, which is a kind of Yoruba Shango vibe to it. And then I have a song coming out tomorrow, which is my birthday. Wish me happy birthday. Right? Double 12.
Hey, Christmas, maybe way.
Yes, man. Double 12 called Let We Do It, right? Which is a kind of Kaiso soca fusion. So things happening all the time. And as I say, when I'm not on camera or not performing, I'll be doing production for other artists, doing a music video, some animation, things of that nature.
Yes. Well, in fact, let's. Do we got part 2?
No, but we should line up with part 1.
Sorry, we have to.
We have to get the part 1 line up properly now. It was lagging a little bit.
You know, the unfortunate thing is, and
live TV.
It's still lagging.
It's still lagging.
It's still lagging.
All right, well, let me give them a little piece.
Yeah, let's still try and give them a little piece.
Is war with me and Santa Claus. I don't like him. No, I don't like him. Every year he used to give me socks and drawers, so I fight him. Yeah, I'll fight him. Oh yeah, and the affair with his daughter, Samantha, that winter in December, he remember, so he come back for revenge now. Lootin', Santa lootin' out me Christmas. Lootin', is a bandit clause in me Christmas. Nobody wanna work for the thing no more. Ting no more, ting no more. Everybody want it easy and sure. Yeah, die for sure, die for sure. So not only looking to leave behind the man bad mind. Even Santa Claus involved in the crime this whole time. Hear the story. I was sleeping tight in my bed at night undercover with me lover. Motion sensor bright, turn on the porch light. I could see him on the camera. Run out with a shout, cuff him in his mouth. I confront him by the front door. And that is how we start up the next bout. Buduf biff baff. Our next war. Just then, the real Santa Claus touched down. So who is this I'm fighting with on the ground? Some clown. So hear how me and Santa unite. Relics, we beat that bandit first fight. Buduf biff baff. Check out the rest on YouTube. That's bandit clothes.
You could just do that on the spot.
Well, you know, yeah.
I mean,
all that in it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think name of the last one, all that in it. So it's bandit clothes, the gift, and all that in it. I wish there wasn't any lag, because, you know, as I say.
No, I'm so sorry we're getting a lag, but I really love to play that this morning.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, no worries, we make up for it, because we will play it.
Definitely.
We will definitely play for our viewers. But I don't need to ask you where you get the inspiration for your lyrics from.
Well, I mean, life and times, right? As most times it's a diary of my happenings, my days events, and then sometimes it's just pure imagination, you know, just a creative spark that will just come out of nowhere, that you just have to grab down and execute, and I try to execute, you know. So those are the kind of range of zones where the creative energy and the ideas come from.
So I'm going to ask you some of the more difficult questions now. As an artist, you've been performing for almost 20 years.
Correct.
And it's quite amazing what you've done. But in those 20 years and all your experiences and all the songs that you've written, what perhaps is a song which is most special to you, that you really like and appreciate the most?
There's a song that I wrote for the 50th anniversary of Trinidad and Tobago's independence called We Are, My Trinidad and Tobago. And it was from a space of acknowledging the greatness of the country and, you know, also the possibilities for the future as a nation. And so that is one of my cherished songs, because, I mean, to this day, it resonates with people, you know, and so I'm happy for that. You know, it's always great when you could write a piece of music that connects with the people with a long-standing effect, and We Are, I think, has been that song, you know, out of the repertoire.
And given all that you've done, and even again, we speak about you laughing at and the inspiration is there, but you see human on lots of things. I mean, going into 2024, what do you want to see happening for your country, since that is your special song? What you want to see happening more of?
Well, I always say we have to continue to acknowledge our faults and our flaws and work on them and try to become better versions of ourselves, right? So I feel like as a nation, we need to acknowledge what is wrong and really put things in place that can make us better. So for 2024, moving forward, that's what I want. I want us to be excellent, basically. Just be excellent.
In fact, I'm looking forward to doing more interviews when more of your songs come out. Because I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow that you're releasing on your birthday.
Yes, let me do it. Let me do it. Bad behavior on the left-hand side and bad behavior on the right. Well, all right. You got a sneak peek.
You got a sneak peek this morning. So what's next for you?
Well, I mean, multimedia, right? So as I told you earlier, when you're not seeing me in front of camera or on stage, I'm doing production work for other artists, from commercial interests, and that kind of thing. So sometimes I'll be doing a project for, let's say, a corporate client in the capacity as an animator or a video producer and editor. And then other times I might be producing stuff too musically for other people. So that's kind of what is on the cards. I mean, I am a full-time creative, and so that's what I do all the time.
Might have to borrow that creativity sometime.
Yes, man.
Yeah. But Function, we come in to the end, and before we go, I want to tell you, boy, thanks for coming out this morning, because I know it's not easy. You have a heavy schedule, and it's real early.
It's space time.
But thanks for coming out this morning.
Thanks
I'm sorry about the lag. We're going to definitely get that sorted out and played for the viewers this morning. In fact, I think they're trying their best to...
They're trying their best. If we can get them a little synopsis.
Their best to get little things.
Which one they running there?
Let's see what happens.
All right. Bandit close. You're running better now.
I kid. Every year he used to get mess ups and draws, so I fight him. Yeah, I fight him. Oh yeah, the affair with your daughter, Samantha, that winter in December. He remember, so he come back for revenge now. Loot, 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 ting. Santa looting out me Christmas. Loot, 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 ting. Santa looting out me Christmas. Thief in everything. Not that thing he bring for the Christmas. Loot, 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 ting. Santa looting out the Christmas. Nobody want to work for the thing no more. Everybody wants it easy and sure. Nice for sure. Nice for sure. Not a thing you looking to leave behind. Even Santa Claus involved in the crime. I was sleeping tight in my bed at night undercover with me lover. Motion sensor bright on the porch light. I could see him on the camera. Run out with a shock of him in mouth. I confront him by the front door. And that is how we start up the next bout. Move left back and next war. Just then the Santa Claus touched down. Santa touched down. So who is this I'm fighting with on the ground? Some clone. Hear how me and Santa unite. Alright. Relics, we beat that bandit for spite. Loot, 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 ting. Santa looting out me Christmas. Loot, 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 ting. Santa looting out me Christmas, but it wasn't him. Thief in everything for the Christmas. Loot, 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 ting. Is a bandit clause in the Christmas. When I remove the bandit disguise, that is when we realize the old thief lying out on the floor. He's a boy. Oh God, is my brother-in-law.
Alright guys, so we're back on air. Sorry about that for a moment. We were just slightly confused because we're still seeing all the wonderful stuff on our screens here in studio. Yeah. Never mind about that. It's happening. It's live television. Rabunction, before you go, brother, I want to wish you a happy birthday, man.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Thanks for everything that you do. And I just wishing you continued success, man. Keep climbing and keep up this excellent work, and you're bringing a lot of smiles and happiness to people and a lot of laughter to people. And put it this way, I just wish you more laughter, brother. So happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you kindly, brother. Thank you kindly.
But that's not how we end it, man. You know you have to tell people where they could find you on social media, what's happening next, and you have to wish them a Merry Christmas.
Of course. Well, you know, I have a few gigs coming up off the top of my head. There's something on the 16th in Mayaro. There's the Parangton coming up soon, and then some tomorrow. But, you know, I just want to say love to everybody who know me and know I know them. Love each other. Be kind and be safe out there. You know, I mean, you were talking about that the road fatalities is a serious thing. So please, with all the festivities going on, be responsible in your actions and the things that you're doing out there, right? If you want to link up with Rembunction for anything, I'm on all the usual social media platforms, YouTube for the videos, Facebook, Instagram, and the other day I went with my fast self and joined TikTok. And in all instances, it's the same thing. REMBUNCTION, Rembunction. That's the keyword, and you'll find all the links to all the material, all the music, and all the music videos. Yeah?
All right, man. Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, all the best for Christmas and into the new year.
Yes, man. Happy holidays.
Looking forward to the next releases and, of course,
yes,
next interview, next
of course.
session.
Rembunction! And I'm gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been AM Prime. Have a good day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
WESN.
I'm Andy Johnson, and you're watching WESN, the content capital.
It's Christmas time, and with your family you'll spend every evening watching a movie on WESN. The classics that fill your heart with merriment and cheer as we celebrate together the most wonderful time of the year.
This is my island in the sun.
This Christmas, WESN celebrates with you as the content capital brings the big screen classics. Gather your family and tune in to WESN from December 1st to 31st at 8 p.m. nightly for We Christmas Movie Classics.
Santa's coming to town! Ah! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him! I know him!
Only on WESN, Content Capital.
The issue, the continued rise in the price of flour and its impact on the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago. How should we go about it? I want to ask you what has been revealed to you about the state of vulnerability